Is Danish winger Jesper Lindstrøm set to be the latest signing for Everton Football Club? Well, stay tuned and find out everything you need to know about him on this channel.
It's alarming, girl, I just need clarity. Can you just let me breathe? Oh, I don't wanna let you in, but it's too late now.
So Everton's latest link comes in none other than Danish winger Jesper Lindstrøm, who currently plays for Napoli in the Serie A. Now, it's been reported by Fabrizio Romano that Everton have opened talks with Napoli to sign Jesper Lindstrøm, as the winger is the next top target. Now, whether it's just links or open talks, in my eyes, coming from Fabrizio Romano or Bobble, you half have to believe it and you half have to not take it with a pinch of salt, you know what I mean? But what is it that we know about Jesper Lindstrøm? Now, he's 24 years of age, 5'11", has made 232 appearances in his career with 55 goals, 36 assists. He can play on the right, the left, or behind the striker. According to SofaScore, and we are going to use them as a source of strengths and weaknesses, he has got no outstanding strengths, but his weakness is ball control. Now, the clubs he's played for are Brøndby IF, Eintracht Frankfurt, and he currently plays for Napoli. And it's also worth a mention because everyone thinks with his Napoli season this season, which we'll get a bit more in depth to later on the video, that he's a poor player. But it's also worth a mention that he was a part of that 21-22 season Europa League winning side with Eintracht Frankfurt. But the question remains, what are the Everton fans' thoughts on potential signing of Jesper Lindstrøm?
Yes, people, I am back. Thanks for having me on again, as always. I've been asked a little bit about my opinion about, I don't even know if I'm saying this right, but Jesper Lindstrøm. I'm going to go with that. Versatile winger /10. Can carry the ball really well from centre midfield or from the left to the right. Has scored goals in the past, but he hasn't of the 20 appearances that he had at Napoli. I think Napoli signed him for about £30 million. His transfer market value, according to the website, is €22 million. He's a player that I think adds pace. He adds a bit of guile. He adds the ability to beat someone, but I have concerns around the lack of goals. I have concerns around the whole midfield, really, a lack of goals. When you say that, you know, Ndiaye scored, I think it was 4 at Marseille. Doucouré got 6. McNeil got, 5, 6. Harrison got 3. Garner chipped in with a couple. Garner Guy chipped in with a couple. There's not a lot of goals in our midfield. And bearing in mind, it was the one area that we significantly lacked last season. I personally would have liked to have seen a winger coming in with a few more goals. Funny enough, like a Philogene who scored, say, a few goals in the Championship. Appreciate it's the Championship, but a young player who can grow into that. I don't think we've seen Lindstrøm scoring those goals. And as a result, I think it's a bigger gamble. Personally, I'm not sold on this move, especially when it's probably going to be a few million euros. And I think there's money that needs to be spent elsewhere. If Calvert-Lewin's leaving, but it looks like it is, I'd rather us go fairly heavy on a striker that we can almost guarantee going to get goals. I know it's difficult to say, but our strikers that we've got currently are not the answer. So, yeah, I'm not sold on him. Obviously, if he does join Everton, I wish him the best of luck and I'll support him. But as of right now, would I prefer a different option? Yeah, probably I would. So, yeah, hope you enjoyed that, guys. Just chipping in my opinion there. And, make sure you come and subscribe to Blue Boys Network if you don't already. And, of course, as always, thank you for having me on your channel.
What's happening? It's Ryan Rooney here. Now, Everton have open talks at Napoli over Jesper Lindstrøm. The 24-year-old has made 22 appearances for Napoli last season and 57 in the past 2 years before for Frankfurt. He didn't score or assist last season, which is, I think, a bit mad. It'd be interesting to see, you know, what his sort of chances created stats were, and I just don't know where it's come from, to be honest. Obviously, we've just signed Iliman and Jay from Marseille. He's the same age, same position. I mean, as Everton fans, we all know that we've signed 3 number 10s in one window before, and it went terribly, terribly wrong. So I just hope we're not spending money for the sake of it now that the PSR window is sort of shut. But yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. He looks skillful. He looks like he can pass and shoot and dribble. So, you know, we don't know what Dyche or Teller's plans are for him. Maybe it's to buy him and send him out on loan or something like that. We don't know. Nothing's really been said. It hasn't really got any real legs yet. It is just sort of an inquiry as such. So, yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens up the Toffees.
Hi everyone, both Oz here from TOFFEEBLUECAST. Just with 1 or 2 thoughts on Jesper Lindström, the young lad that we're being linked with, currently at Napoli. 24-year-old, 6 foot, right foot, likes coming off the left. Been mainly an attacking midfielder, lots of potential. Been linked with plenty of clubs in the past. Arsenal were supposedly in for him a couple of years ago. And he's done all right. He seems an interesting player, and it's the way that we seem to be going forward by buying attacking midfielders who can do the press and defend higher up the pitch, which is a good thing, I think. And Lindstrom seems to be able to do that. He is from Denmark. He was in the squad for the Euros. He fulfilled his potential going through the ranks early doors and played for Brøndby. Eventually then went to Frankfurt, where he played for Frankfurt for 2 seasons, where they actually won the Europa League, knocking West Ham out in the process as well. So he's got experience for a young lad. He's capable. Not amazing stats from Napoli. Played 22 games. A couple of bookings, but no goals or assists. But it seems to be that Dyche is looking at those players who have got potential and maybe fit the bill for what he wants to do. So maybe it is going to be a case of us pressing higher up the pitch and winning the ball further up and creating, which Lindstrom can do. He's got a good history of assists generally prior to this season. So he's one that you could see being useful. Whether he's going to be the one ahead of anyone else, I'm not sure. And Dyche's come in. Everyone's very excited about him. But he's flexible, you know, and Dyche likes those people who can play in 1 or 2 positions. This lad can play on the left or the right, but has been played mainly by Napoli as sort of a central attacker midfielder. He is used to sort of playing in behind a lone striker, so that seems to fit what Dyche likes to do. But it'll be interesting. I hope we get him. I do hope we get him. But whether he will be first choice will be interesting to see, seeing as you got McNeil on the left and then Dyche then coming in that number 10 slot possibly. So it'll be interesting to see, but I think he'd be a good buy. All right, all the best, everybody.
So those are the fans' thoughts about the links to Danish winger Jesper Lindstrøm. Now, looking further into a breakdown of his career, he obviously started at Brøndby and then went to Frankfurt in the 21-22 season, which was where he won the Europa League. He was a part of that Europa League winning squad. Now, he made 39 appearances, scoring 5 goals, 9 assists, and the minutes played of 2,650 minutes. Now, this is what predominantly first season, you know, you look at that, especially in the Bundesliga. It was a very good season for him, you know, playing out on the wing, especially in that type of squad as well. Won the Europa League. So you've got to take that and be like, do you know what? He actually does. He is showing some quality there. But we'll move on into the 2022-23 stats, where it was 38 appearances, 9 goals, 4 assists, and 2,364 minutes played. Now, you look at that and you have to go, do you know what? This is exactly what earned him his move to Napoli. But first things first, as we look at Jesper Lindstrøm as a player, let's have a look at some of his highlights. Now, I know you look at highlights and go, well, he could look like Messi on highlights, but has the brain capacity of Michael Keane. I know, I understand that. But for me, it probably shows a little bit his technicality, his skill, and everything about him, really. But so let's move on into a compilation of his highlights. What is your thoughts on those compilations of Jesper Lindstrøm? Let me know in the comments section down below how he looks as a footballer and how you think he would fit into the Everton side. Now, furthermore, looking at this, Jesper Lindstrøm was linked with a move to Liverpool in 2023, the summer of 2023, and he rejected it. He's a Liverpool fan. But we're going to read a quote and what he said, which was also reported by Fabrizio Romano, which now says, Liverpool wanted me. I am a Liverpool fan, so it would have been a madly fascinating experience. But would it have been an intelligent move? He also goes on to say, I am at the age where I have to play football. Now you look at that, and rejecting a move to Liverpool is somewhat massive, to be honest, and you have to look at that. Because Liverpool, in all honesty, as much as we all hate them, their recruitment is not really wrong. Do you know what I mean? You look at the signings that they've made and how they've flourished. I don't think they've really had much bad recruitment, apart from one that just springs to mind, and Naby Keita, you know, since the Jurgen Klopp era. So it's something that you do look at and go, do you know what? If Liverpool wanted Jesper Lindstrøm, is he actually all that bad of a player? Because their recruitment is normally solid, and as much as you hate them, you have to give them that. Unfortunately, it is not a biased opinion. You know, if I wanted to give a biased opinion towards Liverpool, you lost the league at Goodison Park, springs to mind. But yeah, back to Jesper Lindstrøm anyway. He rejected Liverpool in favour of a move to Napoli, which obviously shows that he had 29 appearances, 0 goals, 0 assists, and the minutes played of 587. Now, I spoke to not really a correspondent, but he does have a podcast about Napoli, and you know, obviously Napoli fan. And I spoke to him, tried to get his views on Jesper Lindstrøm, and his reply back to me was, in all honesty, you may as well get an Eintracht Frankfurt correspondent or someone like that, because he only started 2 games for us, played under 3 different managers, and yeah, that's that really in a nutshell. And you've got to look at that as well. Why did he only start 2 games? Well, when you're a backup to Kavica Kvaratskhelia, the Georgian winger, you know, I think I've butchered his name. Have I said it right? Have I not? I'll let you decide in the comments down below. But when you're a backup to him, you know, he's a phenomenal talent in himself, so it would explain his write-off season in the Serie A. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on Jesper Lindstrøm. Where would he fit into the Everton side if he was to sign? And yeah, let me know in the comments who do you want me to do next to Everton or linked with. But yeah, pre-season round the corner. If you're going to Salford away, let me know. Also know in the comment section down below, because the vlogs are nearly back. But if you are new to the channel, make sure you like, subscribe, and tap that bell for more notifications for as I went to upload on the channel. I shall see you guys on the next one.